Now, shifting focus, communal tensions continue to peak in the Mulbagal area of Karnataka's Kolar district. Violence, arson and ruckus ensued after stones were allegedly pelted on a 15-kilometer long Sri Ramanavami Shobha Yatra procession. Here's a report.
Communal tensions are only rising in Karnataka. On Friday evening, a Ram Navami procession allegedly came under attack while it passed through a Muslim neighborhood in Kolar district of the state.
ಕೋಲಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಒಂದು ಶೋಭಾಯಾತ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ರಾಮೋತ್ಸವ. ಆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮುಗಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯ ರಸ್ತೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಷನ್ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಲೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಏನೋ ಶಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಕತ್ಲಾದಾಗ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಲ್ಲುಗಳು ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರುವಾಯಿತು. ಕೆಲವರನ್ನ ವಶಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲಿಗೆ ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಹಳ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಅನಾಹುತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುವಂತವ್ರನ್ನ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
As news of the violence spread like wildfire, 2 bikes and a car were torched in response to the stone pelting. An automobile part shop bore the fury of angry mobs.
Where at the end of the road, that's exactly the spot where the stone pelting occurred. We have accessed the footage also where we see people throwing stones at each other, and this was a 15-kilometer procession that started yesterday. It was the Ram Navami procession which will culminate on April 10th on the day of Ram Navami. It started here in Mulbagal town and was going to end at Avni town here in Kolar district. It's a 15-kilometer stretch where the procession was supposed to happen.
Prohibitory orders have been announced for the next 48 hours in the area. Police have arrested some people. Many others have been detained for questioning.
We have registered 3 criminal cases in Mulbagal town. 3 cases are registered. So now the situation is peaceful, and we have imposed 144 for 48 hours.
In the town, sir?
In the town, only to the town.
The police are yet to confirm the identity of the people behind the attack. The incident in Kolar has come on the back of several issues that have been threatening the sensitive communal fabric of Karnataka. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath from Kolar, Bureau Report, India Today.
My colleague Nagarjun Dwarkanath is now joining me live on the story. Nagarjun, give us a sense of exactly what happened. What have you learned from the ground as to what transpired?
What we are told from the locals and the police department is that yesterday at 4 o'clock when the procession was starting, it passed through the minority area in the Mulbagal town. And once the procession was passing, they found power to be cut. So we don't know if the power was cut intentionally or it was a genuine coincidence. When it was dark, people started throwing stones, is what the police said. They still don't know who was the one who started throwing stones, where the stones came from the minority buildings or was it the procession people who started pelting stones. They still have to ascertain the facts of the case. But however, they say that in the dark, they were fighting between the both minorities and the procession ongoers. So they were stone pelting, and by 8 o'clock the power came. By then they'd already hit a couple of cars which was parked and torched 2 automobiles. Right now 9 people have been detained and investigation is on. 3 FIRs have been registered. The police department is trying to find CCTV visuals as well. So in the coming few days we'll have a better picture as to what exactly happened. But what one can say is polarization has taken the center stage in Karnataka even before a year ahead of the assembly elections here.
Okay. Also, Nagarjun, can you tell us a little bit more about these 9 persons who've been detained? Who are they? What are their antecedents?
The police are unwilling to let out the details of who they have detained. They are saying that they are locals. We still don't know if they are from the Hindu community or the Muslim community or were they just witnesses or were they were the prima facie accused. We still don't know because it is just 24 hours after the incident. The police are yet to give out details. It has been a sensitive case and that's why the police have been tight-lipped about the case.
Okay, so the police are being absolutely tight-lipped about the case. Of course, we understand the sensitivity around the case as well. Aishwarya Mahadev, spokesperson of the Congress, and Mohan Krishna, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, are now joining me. Thank you to both of you for joining us on this discussion. I'll come across to you, Mr. Krishna. First, who do you think is stoking fires in Kolar district?
You being follow me?
The issue was there on the cards after the flag hoist and the coloring of the clock tower in Kolar, which has done very recently. This issue of what Nagarjun was saying, that polarization has started, I don't agree with that. These are all one of the incidents which has happened. I condemn and blame entirely for this. I would like to take a minute from you to explain you the things, the chronologies how this has happened.
Okay.
In 2016, 2013, when 14, when BJP, Siddaramaiah took the charge, 173 cases were withdrawn against the criminals who have been booked for all these violences. And more in Karnataka it has been done without giving any reasons. That is the main cause of all these issues. And I would like to tell you the polarization issue, what Mr. Nagarjun and the others are talking today, I don't agree at all, because riots were more, and the loss of property which was there between 2013 to 2018 is the highest in Karnataka, which I don't want to give the figures, although I have it now.
So we're talking
because
about
it was
an incident which has happened right now. The answers are to be
I'm coming
given
to
by
this
the
point
government
now.
which is in power in Karnataka right now. An incident like this takes place. Who is going about some sort of an agenda? That is not the question as much as it is stoking communal fires as we speak right now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm coming to that point. See, look, this Shobha Yatra. See, now that for the first time, that Kolar, we have got a MP from there, member of parliament from BJP for the first time, Mr. Muniyappa, who was there for the sixth time MP. For the first time, we got elected there. See, look, people have got eyed on this. See, there are issues, several issues which were long pending, has not been solved. So people were having lot of these issues there. But
Okay. Let me just take that question with the Congress party. Aishwarya, would you like to come in over that? Would you like to comment on the fact that does it appear that polarization fires are being stoked right now ahead of Karnataka elections, which are going to be extremely crucial, extremely significant?
Good evening, Paulomi. I think first and foremost, the one thing I want to say is that this incident is deeply and strongly condemned and condemnable. And I think the fact of the matter remains that whoever is wrong, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, that the law and order and the criminal justice system should obviously act accordingly and take whoever is wrong into action. But the second thing I want to point out that this is a complete and utter failure of the law and order situation in the state, where actions in situations such as these are arising on a daily basis. And I think that is very problematic. And Mr. Mohan Krishna will very nicely talk about these 173 cases withdrawn. I'll tell you exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about cases against certain activists of particular religions, of their cases being withdrawn. Sir, do not mislead the state. I'm a lawyer. I know which cases have been dropped. They've been dropped for the want of evidence in all of these cases. And in the converse, you also realize when the BJP toppled the coalition in Karnataka and came to power, they also dropped cases not for want of evidence, but also because it was convenient for the vote bank that they pander to. The fact of the matter here, Paulomi, is my state today is being turned into a communal factory. And the fact that the BJP spokesperson will also very slightly, underhandedly hint at a particular community while trying to lay blame, it shows you exactly what game the BJP is playing. The singular fact here is a crime is a crime is a crime. And the state machinery and the law and order and the police force have to take adequate action. Any statements that add or vitiate the situation and add to communal strife are deeply condemnable, whether it's from the Home Minister, who has recently apologized for a statement he made of such nature, and also from Mr. Mohan himself.
Okay, Mr. Mohan, would you like to come in on that? What Aishwarya Mahadev is saying is that the BJP, the ruling BJP in Karnataka, is trying to turn the state into a communal factory.
I'm very, very sorry. Aishwarya, I think she has forgotten a lot of things. The communal factory has been started by the Congress only in the regime when they were in power. Please let her go and see. When BJP is in power, the communal clashes are very less, very less, minimal. Coming to the point, law and order situation is very good, and we are capable of taking care of it. Chronologies, if you take on the chronologies of how the incidents have happened in Karnataka. Harsha has been killed in Shimoga and all these things. Who has started this? Mr. Siddaramaiah. Aishwarya should apologize. Apologize because they have supported the person, because the group of the students. Now that they have been identified with the Al-Qaeda. Investigation is going on. Who knows that? Who knows that today? What is happening in what they want in Karnataka? Congress want to defame BJP. We are going to have an investors meet in November, and Congress wants to paint us. And DK Shivakumar issues a statement saying that when KTR issues a statement that pack your bags and come for the startups, and DK Shivakumar says when we come back to power in 23, we will welcome you again. Come on, what is this, Mr. DK Shivakumar? Aishwarya, you should go and talk to your people better.
Okay,
Not
Aishwarya, do you
DK.
want to respond to that? Do you want to respond to that?
Not communalizing things, they should do it.
Okay, who's communalizing, Aishwarya?
I don't have to talk to any of my leadership. They've been very measured in what they're saying. And the fact remains that the sort of communal tension and the sort of discord in society today is also going to drive away investment. And that is something that even people who are non-political, like Ms. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, have also spoken about. But please ask Mr. Mohan Krishna. If he says, sir, I did not interrupt you, let me complete. Please, a little bit of decorum and courtesy, though it may be hard to find, right? The communal factory started by us is what he has stated, and he's talking about communal rights, and he's saying Mr. Harsha and all these deaths that have happened. Does it point your government has been in power? Mr. Mohan Krishna, 1 second, sir. See, the singular fact is what? When all these incidents allegedly took place, which government was in power? Wasn't the BJP in power now with the recent incident in Shimoga? Where is the law and order situation then? In Kolar, you're saying we finally have an MP after so many times. Was he not able to obviously control these people? You also have substantial MLAs also from that region. Were they not able to control this situation? The fact of the matter lies that the BJP is completely inept at all administration, and the law and order situation in the state is absolutely pitiable. And the BJP now is very singular. Let me just complete, follow me.
Sure.
That there is massive economic strife. There
Yes,
is
yes.
massive
Mr. Krishna, just let her complete. Mr. Krishna, just let her complete. I'll come to you for sure.
Simply through the roof, and it is astronomical, and the BJP, to cover up from that, would like to obviously create this us versus them narrative and make a communal angle. But sir, tell me, if your government was so responsible, what action have they taken? Is this not a law and order failure? Don't talk about the links of all, probe whatever you want, but is it not a law and order failure what has happened today? Is this not a failure of the part of the police and your government to not obviously force the hand or ensure security in society?
Mr. Krishna, respond to that. Mr. Krishna, respond to that. Bottom line is law and order is suffering.
I would like to respond to Aishwarya Mahadevan. I will ask a question to her. When 21 Hindus were killed under the belt of Siddaramaiah, where was the law and order? Are you talking about the law and order today? One of the incident in Shimoga and another incident we have brought it down, brought it under control in Mulbagal, also in Kolar. Come on, Aishwarya, have some sense and talk. You should tell the people truth, not the way you are painting the BJP government and law and order situation in Karnataka. Come on, be holistic and be practical and pragmatic.
What is be practical and be pragmatic, Mr. Mohan Krishna? That is what we're trying to understand, because these incidents are happening at the end of the day, aren't they?
Yeah, Congress is clueless, Congress is issueless. Ideologically, they have lost everything in the country. Now they are painting the BJP as communal. Come on, कितने दिन आप बोलते रहेंगे यही बात? इतने दिन बोलते रहेंगे? जीत तो बीजेपी को ऐसा लिखा है, लोगों ने जीता है। हम ऐसा काम करके जीतने का सवाल नहीं है हमको। एक बात आपको सीधा कह देता हूँ, कम्युनल राइट्स करके, पोलराइजेशन करके बीजेपी को जीतने का नहीं है। Mr. Bommai, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, has presented best inclusive budget. With that budget, we are going to implement and we are going to have a developmental
Okay, so Aishwarya, what Mr. Mohan Krishna is saying, that's a false accusation, that you're saying that BJP is playing the communal sort of playbook in order to win elections. That's not the point here.
The singular fact remains, if you go look at the debt in my state, you will see exactly where we are. And the second piece of misinformation now being peddled, I feel like I'm fact-checking him right now, is when Mr. Mohan Krishna talks about all these Hindu activists who were killed. This originates from a letter written by Ms. Shobha Karanlaje to the Home Minister saying Hindu Karyakartas are being killed. And the Home Minister of that point under the Congress government, Mr. Ramlinga Reddy, came out with the facts and had the police chief also come out and tell you that a majority of this was false news, and also I think has also threatened to also initiate proceedings against Ms. Shobha Karandlaje for misleading not only the people of Karnataka but also the Honorable Home Minister himself. The fact of the matter is, they are diverting, they are deceiving, and they are distracting. If he believes there is so much law and order, tell me categorically what is the action that you have taken. Besides the fact that your Home Minister comes out and makes polarizing statements himself. Today, Mr. K.S. Ishwarappa himself has a FIR filed against him for misleading the people and creating communal animosity and also societal discord. This is the reality where sitting cabinet ministers in our state are having FIRs against them for misleading the people and creating communal animosity. If they have so much development, follow me, ask them to come out every day on shows and tell us what the economic growth is, tell us what the GDP is, or even, tell us what the situation of price rise in Karnataka is and how the BJP government has helped the people of the state. Tell us where our debt
Don't
is.
divert the issue, Aishwarya.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
divert the issue, Aishwarya. Please.
Okay.
This is not right.
Yes,
This is
Mr.
not
Krishna.
right.
Yes, Mr. Krishna, go on.
happening?
Respond.
Yeah, I would like to ask a question to Aishwarya Mahadevan.
You be
When
pragmatic.
Ramalinga
Give me
Reddy,
facts for once in this show.
Mr. Ramalinga Reddy, when he was the Home Minister, what kind of statements he has made? What kind of statements he has made?
No,
When
what I told
Rudresh was killed on the daylight. It
The
was on
debate
the
next will
daylight.
be blaming Nehru and everybody else for the problems in our state today. Stick to the debate, sir. Do not distract. Do not think the
What kind of
people
law and order situation you had then?
of the same IQ level as the people you sit and pander to. Do not believe they're at the same level as you, sir. They're very intelligent. Please stick to the debate and the topic. Answer what I've told you. Tell me how Karnataka is progressing. Give me facts and figures. And tell me how the
Come on,
BJP is.
Aishwarya, we will debate on that issue. How we are progressing, we will debate on another day. Follow me.
Isn't it
Let
not
us
a
talk.
shame? Isn't it a shame that your cabinet ministers have
Save is
FIRs
on-
against
the
them
save is
speaking
from the
communist
Congress.
statements?
Save
Are
is
you
from the
not
Congress. You want to
concerned?
save BJP. You want to save BJP. BJP don't see. People
Sir,
are
get
not
to
fools.
the fact.
There are
Get
no
to the
more fools
facts
in
and figures.
Karnataka.
Otherwise, there's
And people
absolutely no
where
valid
people have
diet.
placed you where you have to be in India and today and in Karnataka also you are going to be placed where you have to be.
Mr. Krishna, what the question was, what Aishwarya was in fact pointing out towards was about the whataboutery. What she's saying is that you can keep going back into the past, but these are incidents that are happening right now. And what she, of course, is alleging is that when you have FIRs against sitting cabinet ministers, it shows poorly on the government and the government's own seriousness about tackling these issues, which have a very obvious communal angle to them. We don't know what exactly happened in Kolar, who is responsible for the chaos that ensued over there as that Ram Navami procession proceeded. But what we do know that it is being now given a communal color. It is being viewed from that perspective, and it then looks like polarization is taking place as a result of things that are happening on the ground and ahead of the assembly elections.
Just give me 10 seconds.
Sure.
I would like to say that, we are so transparent, whether it is cabinet minister or anybody for that matter. FIR means FIR. Law of the land is same for everybody. That is what we are, BJP. We are not like Congress. We are not like that. Let me clarify you. We are not going to polarize and get votes. We are not here for that. Our aim is to go sabka saath, sabka vishwas, sabke saath, and we are going to beg for votes, and we are going to earn our votes on developmental plank, not on communal plank. Congress is always on behind these things. Shimoga, what they did when they were the killings happened, and see, look, people know this very well, Paulami, in Karnataka. What was happening when Congress was in power? What is happening when BJP is in power? Of course, we are here in power. Unfortunately, we had COVID situation. Had it not been there, I think the developmental activity should have been very, very good under Yediyurappa and after now Bommai also. Now, we are also confident in next 10-12 months, we are going to work hard towards our organization, with our organization and cadre and the developmental activities with the help of the central double engine सरकार के साथ हम काम करेंगे. डबल इंजन सरकार क्या है करके दिखाएंगे, इन लोगों का मुंह बंद करेंगे और हमारा वोट हम अर्न करते हैं. We earn. There is a
Aishwarya, do you need to, Aishwarya, can you come in on that? What he's basically saying is, you of course made the law and order argument. What he's also saying is that 9 persons have been detained. An FIR has been registered. So action is being taken. We do not know who those 9 persons are. That is something that the police has kept confidential because of sensitivity purposes. But we do know that action has been taken.
You know, Polomi, first and foremost, the action having taken post-fact is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that the law and order situation in policing and security in my state is so bad that situations such as this are actually taking place. For example, if you know there's a 15-kilometer procession, you would assume there'd be far better security and also backup lighting if there ever was a case. And whoever's wrong, you can take action against Polomi. And that all I'm saying is the state all across, you are seeing law and order fail, and not only in terms of after the crime has been committed, but also in actively preventing any sort of societal tension, disharmony, or any such acts such as that. And now Mr. Mohan Krishna himself made a very nice concession where he said, if COVID was not there, we would have been better. Exactly, sir. That's what we're saying. During COVID, you indulged in corruption. Now, the second thing is you're talking about a double engine Sarkar. And let me bring you back to reality that your very progressive CM himself, Mr. Bommai, has spoken about the fact that we're not getting enough relief for all the damage that happened during the floods and also the natural calamities. We are not getting our dues also because of GST. When your CM himself is alleging that this double engine Sarkar and the government in the center is not giving him his due, what are you talking about two-pronged development? The fact of the matter remains that Karnataka fiscally and also societally and culturally is in the worst phase and the worst time of its life. And the fact of the matter is BJP is doing nothing to fix it. And going forward, Polomi, I can give it to you in writing. He will not come and talk about the development and the statistics of development because it's obviously gone over his head. But he has that one playbook of talking about the communal angle. Whether it was the 173 cases withdrawn or the 20 Hindu karyakartas who got arrested, this is the exact same BJP playbook that comes out in every show, whether it is Kannada or English or even on the ground. Because if they had development, why would they not talk about it?
Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have, sir.
I would like to rebut very fast to Aishwarya. See, we are not, whether it is in Kannada channel or English channel, national channel or whatever may be. Why you are pressing the button of corruption? Corruption is synonym and it is with you in Congress.
Okay. We can, of course, keep go on debating about this, but this is a very sensitive issue, and the problem at the bottom line of it is about law and order. Mr. Mohan Krishna and Ms. Aishwarya Mahadev, thank you so much for joining us. This is, of course, a very heated conversation, and I do realize that, you do have many more points to make, but this is all the time that we have on this debate. Thank you so much, Aishwarya Mahadev and Mr. Mohan Krishna, for joining us.